Every time an act of violence occurs, the world rushes to find a label. And too often, that label is attached not just to a criminal, but to an entire religion. The word Islam flashes across screens. Social media fills with anger. And millions of ordinary Muslims wake up to defend something they never committed. Somewhere in this noise, a simple truth is lost. Islam is a faith, not a weapon. It is a moral framework, not a political ideology. And it cannot be judged by the actions of those who betray its teachings. The Quran makes an unambiguous statement. Whoever kills an innocent soul, it is as if he has killed all of humanity. Quran 5:32. This is not a hidden verse. It is a foundational moral principle. If terrorism were rooted in Islam, such a command would make no sense. The Prophet Muhammad FDFA lived through extreme persecution. His followers were tortured, boycotted, driven from their homes. Yet when he finally had power, he chose forgiveness over revenge. When his enemies stood defenseless before him, he said, "Go, you are free." This moment alone dismantles the idea that Islam glorifies violence. So why does the association persist? Because narratives are powerful. When a Muslim commits violence, the religion is blamed. When a non-Muslim commits violence, the individual is blamed. This double standard quietly trains the public to fear a faith rather than examine the real causes of extremism. Terrorism does not grow from religion. It grows from political oppression, foreign occupation, social injustice, identity crises, and manipulation by those who profit from chaos. The Quran explicitly states, "There is no compulsion in religion." Quran 2:256. A belief system that rejects forced faith cannot logically promote forced fear. Extremist groups do not follow Islam. They selectively quote, remove context, and ignore centuries of scholarship to justify crimes that mainstream Muslim scholars worldwide condemn. What is rarely discussed is this. Muslims are among the largest victims of terrorism globally. Muslim lands suffer the most from extremist violence. Muslim civilians bury the dead while being blamed for the killers. Islam also enforces ethics even in war, rules that modern international law adopted centuries later. Protect civilians, do not harm children, do not destroy places of worship, do not target the innocent. These are not the rules of terror. They are the rules of restraint. Islam does not ask the world to ignore crime. It asks the world to be fair. Judge individuals for their actions. Judge ideologies by their authentic teachings. And judge communities by their lived realities, not media shortcuts. When fear replaces understanding, truth becomes the first casualty. Islam is not perfect because Muslims are not perfect. But its core message is clear: justice, mercy, accountability, and peace. And perhaps the real question is not whether Islam condemns terrorism. It does, unequivocally. But whether the world is willing to separate faith from fear. Because no child should grow up believing their religion makes them suspect. And no society becomes safer by misunderstanding its neighbors. Islam does not teach hate. It teaches responsibility. It teaches restraint. And above all, it teaches the value of human life.